Part 2. The Voice of the Blue Spark. Chapter 1. Morning Awakening. The morning sun filtered through the glass blocks of Vaneska's cave, drawing long golden rectangles on the stone floor. Vaneska woke up with a warm sensation in her chest. The blue spark that had settled on her shirt last night was now gently pulsing. It wasn't just a decoration, it was a living flame, quietly whispering the way toward an unknown destination. "Good morning, Shadow," Vaneska said, stroking the cat as he stretched by the door. She knew that today, their true journey was beginning. Chapter 2. Preparing for the Expedition. Vaneska had learned that in Minecraft, preparation is half the success. She opened her crafting table and crafted a stronger pickaxe and sword from the stone she had gathered. Wood was fine for the start, but I'll need something better for dragons and castles, she thought. She packed fresh apples gathered from the grove and a few torches into her backpack. Once ready, she took one last look at her first safe shelter and stepped out into the morning mist. The spark on her chest glowed brighter, its light pointing exactly north, toward a dense, dark blue forest. Chapter 3. The Forest of Whispering Oaks. The path led them through a biome Vaneska had never seen in the game. The trees had silver bark, and the leaves shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. The deeper they went, the more nervous Shadow became. He kept looking around and lifting his paws as if the ground beneath them were hot. "What's wrong, Shadow? Do you feel something?" Vaneska asked, her hand automatically sliding to the hilt of her stone sword. Suddenly, the trees parted, revealing a clearing. In the center stood a massive, half-ruined portal made of black obsidian. But it wasn't an ordinary nether portal. There was no lava. Instead, glowing blue flowers that looked like tiny stars bloomed all around it. Chapter 4. The First Guardian. "This must be it," Vaneska whispered. But as she took a step toward the portal, the ground shook. From a pile of moss-covered rocks near the portal, a figure began to rise. It was an Iron Golem, but not like the ones she knew from villages. His body was etched with the same blue crystals she had found in the meadow. The golem slowly turned, his eyes, 2 red cubes, fixing on Vaneska. He raised his massive hand, but instead of attacking, he pointed to the blue spark on her shirt. "The spark seeks home." A deep metallic voice rumbled, sounding like 2 rocks grinding together. Vaneska stood frozen. "You can talk? How can you help me?" The golem moved slowly and pulled an old, worn parchment from the depths of the portal. "The floating castle is not a place. It is a memory. To find it, you must unlock 3 elemental gates. This is the first." Chapter 5. A Test of Courage. The golem explained that the portal wasn't broken, it just lacked energy. To activate it, she had to prove she was worthy of the title Guardian of the Dawn. Her task was to find the heart of the forest, which had been stolen by mischievous Enderman and hidden in the canopy of the tallest tree. Vaneska looked up. The tree the golem spoke of reached far above the clouds. "Shadow, I think we're in for some serious parkour training," she sighed, but her eyes shone with determination. She began to climb. She jumped from one leaf block to another, pulled herself up by vines, and watched every step. Shadow constantly watched her back, his meows warning her of dangerous spiders hiding in the shadows of the branches. Chapter 6. The Heart of the Forest and the Black Shadow. At the very top, where the air was thin and the view of the world below was breathtaking, she saw a glowing green sphere, the heart of the forest. It was trapped in a cage of dark blocks that constantly vanished and reappeared. Suddenly, a familiar whoop echoed. An Enderman appeared right in front of Vaneska. He was tall, black, and his purple eyes flashed dangerously. Vaneska knew she shouldn't look into his eyes, but this Enderman was different. He was restless, as if something was controlling him. "Give the heart back to the forest!" Vaneska shouted, and instead of her sword, she pulled out the blue spark. The spark glowed so intensely that it illuminated the entire treetop. At the sight of the pure blue light, the Enderman shuddered, dropped the heart, and teleported away with a loud hiss. Chapter 7. The Gate Opens. When Vaneska returned to the portal with a triumphant smile and placed the heart of the forest into the slot, the obsidian blocks vibrated. The black void in the center began to fill with swirling blue energy. "The first gate is open," the golem announced with a bow. "Your path now leads to the land of eternal snow, where mountains kiss the stars. There, you will find the second key." Vaneska looked at Shadow, who was already bravely standing before the portal. "We're ready," she said firmly. She picked up the cat, and together they stepped into the blue vortex. The world around them dissolved into thousands of tiny pixels. Vaneska felt the floating castle was suddenly a bit closer, but she also knew the hardest part was yet to come. As the blue light settled, she felt the first icy snowflake on her face.